game is a quarter-final now. In our group especially, all teams are on 2 points, and you have to win your next game to go through, which is, I think, an exciting position to be in for all the teams. And for everyone involved in the tournament and the fans as well. I think it's a great scenario where you literally have 2 quarterfinals now, which is going to be even more competitive cricket. So we are pretty clear about the whole situation. And yeah,
does that become a bit unidimensional? You don't have somebody else to come in, rely on and do a job. Maybe just control the runs with the only 4 fielders outside the circle in the middle overs.
See, you always see the hindsight when you lose games of cricket. You trust your bowlers to control runs and hit good lengths and have your covers and mid wicket up, which generally we wanted to do in this game. We did that in the last game as well, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. That doesn't mean you think of what if we had done something different. You back aside and then you go with it. When things don't go well, obviously you address those things, but you expect them to execute those things, which as batsmen we can't score every time. As bowlers, you can't literally bowl consistent line and lengths in every game that you play. So some guys will have off days, and then on outfields like these and pitches like these, you will have sides who will bat well. So it's, as I said, in one-day cricket, no one is guaranteed to win, and you can play with 5 spinners or you can play with 5 fast bowlers. You have to bowl well in any case. So that's how I see it.
Thank you, sir. Last 5, Nagaraj.
Virat, you said that India are not invincible, but there are always lessons you can take from defeats like these. 2 areas, if you can talk about, in the bracket between 25 and 40 overs, India made about 80 runs, and the lack of swing, which is, I guess, a difficult thing for bowlers on these kind of wickets. How do you address this going forward?
See, we didn't have any swing in Birmingham either, and I think we bowled pretty well. So that factor, I don't think. I thought, as I said, I thought we had enough, midway. But the good thing that they did was they did not lose wickets, and they kept rotating strike, which we as a team have done so many times. So sometimes teams are going to come up and do that against you, and sometimes you literally can't do anything in the game. You try to find ways to get people out, but it does not happen. And if you have a couple of guys having off days in between, you can't go in with 8 bowling options. You literally have 5 or 6 with the part-timer. In any case, if you play 2 spinners or you play 4 seamers. So if two guys are not able to execute their lines and lengths, it does become difficult. Me and Kedar, chipped in with our overs, and the game pulled back at that stage. But then again, everyone came out and played positive cricket from their team. When we got those 2 run-outs, we thought we can get a couple of wickets now. But again, those guys came in and played their shots, and it came off well. From the batting point of view, as I said, I thought we paced it well. I thought we had enough on the board. In hindsight, when you look back, maybe you'll think of phases that we could have accelerated, but I don't see that as a major issue. Maybe we will have to push harder now in the next few games to give us a 20-run cushion, maybe after seeing a result like this, because we're playing on the same ground as well.
Virat, only just 10-15 minutes into the game, so you need time to collect your thoughts. But will you think that is there a situation that where overhaul needs for the must-win game?
Match up against the opposition that we're playing against. And as I said, all options are open. We had certain things in mind which came off well once, it didn't come off well today. So yeah, I mean, there'll be a lot of things discussed, what went wrong and what combinations we can come out within the next game. And if we want to bring in a bit more balance into the bowling attack by changing it up a little bit, that'll be up for discussion as well. So there are all kinds of possibilities when you have a big squad, and you can choose players who are quality players as well. So definitely we'll have discussions on that.
Thank you, sir. Last couple of questions.
Virat, 2 questions. Number one is that in the past also your team has come through fire starting from a Galle test match to several other instances. How do you feel at this stage that you have to again, back against the wall and be fighting and do or die match? And number two, did you consider Yuvraj today as a bowling option at any stage?
See, if the team is 4 or 5 down and you have to get few overs out of the way from the part timer, then UV can be used. But at that stage I did not think, because Jadeja was also going for runs and it was difficult to bowl with the breeze going that side to the shorter boundary, and if Jadeja is finding it difficult, then obviously UV would have found it a bit more difficult as well. So I thought, I spoke to MS as well, and we both thought that Kedar was a better bet at that time. And then because, in England generally if you bowl little seamers, then you can trouble the batsman. So I thought, why not, try a few overs there as well. So I think we covered up pretty well, where the wicket is